This is a guy you'd hardly recognize. We've never seen him before. Billy Mays is here. Thank you so much for coming by.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You've made quite a mess once again.
Well, they call me Messy Marvin. Okay.
And the nice thing is you clean up your mess.
I clean up my mess. It's the last broom you'll ever buy. In fact, it's made out of rubber. Feel how light it is.
And
Cast
so
aluminum.
lightweight.
It has a lifetime guarantee. Now, you don't get a guarantee with a broom like this.
Balance this properly. I mean, really.
You're unbelievable. You the man.
Lightweight on one finger. So if you're tired of products that are hard that you're pushing around.
You have trouble with your hands or your wrists?
And this is aluminum. This is going to last.
Like cast aluminum, lightweight. In fact, I'm standing on the broom. In fact, you can't hurt it. It's made out of rubber. In fact, it has 350 rubber fingers that form a solid rubber wall. See, when you use brooms like this, they flare apart. You have to do double work, especially on hardwood. Watch this. If we can get a close-up here. Now, without any effort at all, are we ready?
I'm ready.
Watch this, yeah. One pass gets it all. You see how it lines everything up? See, there's no going back and forth. Look at this. On hardwood, on any floor, it doesn't matter. Look at this.
It cuts your work in half.
In half, literally.
Now, if you know someone that's very difficult to shop for, we're going to demonstrate every surface imaginable you can use this on.
Every surface.
620-953 is the item number. It's $15.75, which is extremely affordably priced, and it's guaranteed for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
The last
a great gift.
A
stocking stuff, a big stocking, okay? In fact, let's get right to it. In fact, the last airing before Christmas, you buy the first one, $15.75.
So easy.
You spend nearly $10 for one of these. They get dirty, you toss them out. You get this dirty, I'm going to show you how you can clean it, okay? And you can clean with it. Now, throw all these away because you don't need them. In fact,
need it at all.
These are the biggest collectors of dirt, dust, and pollen. This was in a famous movie.
Bacteria.
Oh, yeah. And I tell you what, if you get the offer here, a lot of people buy more than one. In fact, if you buy the first one, $15.75, we'll offer you the second one at half price. That's our normal deal.
So that'd be $23, $24.
And it's worth it. It's the last room. You give one as a gift, one for indoors. I'm going to take it a step further. On your airing, the last airing
for sunrise,
for the sunrise surprise.
13 days to go until
spring
Christmas.
was the place to be. Sunrise is a surprise. Yeah, we're going to give you the second broom absolutely free right now.
No additional
While they
cost.
last, you get the first one.
A bonus broom.
A bonus broom.
Wow.
Absolutely. Now, on carpeting, it works on carpeting. I'm going to get to that. But
we'll get to every service. Folks,
you
you've got to pick up the phone. Use touch-tone ordering.
Yeah, I'll tell you, hair is the type. If you
Look,
have
dog
kids,
hair, potato chips,
dogs,
leaves.
I'll tell you what. Now, if you have little youngsters, they're always eating something where they shouldn't be in front of the television. Here, my little kid, I tell you, that's all he does. Here. Now, I'm going to rub this in here. 9 out of 10 hair salons use a rubber broom. They've been using these commercially for the last 22 years.
And you'll never have to buy another one.
Yeah, lifetime guarantee. And I tell you what, you get 2 of them. Now, when you use it on any other surface, Paul, linoleum, underneath cabinets, tight places, look at this. Between the toilet and the tub, look at this. It's such a pleasure to do this. If it got any easier than this, you'd have to sit back and watch it. And
you know what's amazing, too? How many times what you just did, which was so simple and so easy, pulling this right across.
You won't scratch your appliances.
And you get everything. But how many times have you spilled something like sugar or flour on the kitchen floor?
Fine particles.
You know, and we're cooking cookies right now for the holidays, and then you end up pushing that grass on a stick that you call it, and it leaves a trail of everything behind. This does, in one sweep, if you got that flour or that sugar on there.
Exactly. And you can use it outside also.
Look how simple that is.
But here, on a carpeting.
It could be easier.
On a carpeting.
Okay.
Because I'll tell you what. Oh, yeah. In fact, if you have a vacuum cleaner, you know, if you have a small job, those traffic areas, in fact, we're not telling you not to use a vacuum cleaner, but by the time you get it out of the closet, unroll the cord, plug it in.
Especially for a small
scale. Oh, yeah. So you want to use short strokes. Now, you'll create static electricity. When the rubber hits the fibers of the carpeting, it'll pick up the dog hair, the cat hair, broken glass, kitty litter, it doesn't matter. But you know what? It'll actually go deep down into the pile of the carpeting and restore the nap. And look at this. Use it as actually an upholstery brush. Take the head of the broom off, okay? In fact, use it on your clothing. Look at this here, as a lint brush. It's fantastic. But here, I'm going to go deep down into the pile of the carpeting. In fact, I'll actually get those fine hairs that sometimes a vacuum will miss. And those are those ones right there.
You see that?
Now, it'll work on ceramic tile. If I can just scoop down here a little bit.
Now, we have almost 300 of you in the ordering process right now taking advantage of this. This is the last visit before Christmas that Billy's going to be here. Now, you know something? I want to speak to this, and I know that we want to talk about all the surfaces. We're going to get to demonstrating this, but let's face it. We have 13 days before Christmas, and last minute, everybody goes out and you pick some ridiculous gift. We've all done this. You give it to somebody, and you almost know the minute you give it to them, oh, they're returning this.
Yeah. Okay.
Give them something they're going to use. You may think it's silly, But they're going to use this. You keep one. It's less than $8 a piece.
I mean, it's a steal. Let me tell you this.
How about these surfaces here?
Uneven surfaces. In fact, it's flexible. Not only the fingers are an inch long, they're flexible, so they'll conform to any surface, even outside. Look at this.
This is
ceramic towel.
It's the most
See, have you ever played tic-tac-toe with one of these, huh? In between the grouts?
Right.
And you always lose because you never get everything. Look how it gets everything up. But here, take it outside. The guys are always stealing the brooms from inside, taking them outside in the garage, and then they bring them back into the house.
Right.
Let me ask you this, Paul. How can you clean your house with something that's already dirty? You can't.
Well, especially you get things outside with oil and grease and dirt.
What you do, in fact, you can scrub grease and oil off a garage floor, squeegee it down the drain. I'm going to get to that squeegee in a second here. But on cement patios, brick walkways.
Look at that brick with all
and I'll tell you what, all the uneven surfaces, look at this. It does a terrific job on everything. Now, back to this. I want to show you real quick over here. Now, you could get it wet. You take the head of the broom off.
That's how you clean it.
Yeah. You can put it in a dishwasher.
So it's sanitary.
Oh, yeah. It's very hygienic. Hospitals use these brooms, in fact. You know, put it in the top rack of the dishwasher, run it under the tap, hot soapy water.
And
my dishwasher, Jamie, she loves it. I'll tell you. She's out of town. But
she's putting a lump of coal in your stocking. That's all.
You know what I want to tell you? You could get it wet and clean with it. Now, a lot of people scrub their floors, and especially for Christmas. You're going to clean every nook and cranny. And a lot of people get down on their hands and knees with a scrub brush. Here's what I'd like everybody to do. In fact, what you want to do is this. Take a glass of water, fill it up all the way. Put your soap or solution in there.
Right inside
in fact, or your bleach, drop it on the floor. In fact, that's not uncommon in your house.
Right, sure.
You know, if you have the little tykes at home. In fact, my grandmother used a sponge mop. She still was down on her hands and knees, but watch this. Use the 350 fingers to scrub up the rust marks. Or maybe if you move the refrigerator or the stove,
and you see all
have the rust marks. Or maybe that cowboy with the scuff marks coming over for the holidays. Look at this. It'll scrub deep down in. See, sponge mops and other mops, they skim over the surface. But here, a lot of people say, what do you do with the water? Well, it's only a glass of water. If you could see this squeegee blade, in fact, it's a razor's edge on there. In fact, now, I'm going to show you real quick, and we'll get right down here. Okay? Watch this. Ladies and gentlemen, what I do in the bathroom and the kitchen, you can scrub ceramic towel with it. You squeegee everything into one corner of the room. And, Paul, if you'll be my guest this time and feel that,
well, you know something? It's dry. It is the most amazing thing.
You could actually whisk it into a dustpan.
I don't know if you can see my fingers, but there's no...
Yeah, you know what? If you use one of these sponge mops, you'll still be down on your hands and knees, and you'll still be using your fingernail to get that piece of food off.
This happens with us. If the kids walk something after you sponge a floor, it's so slippery that they could fall.
That's right.
This keeps it dry. Hey, I'll tell you something else. How many of you heard this? I don't do windows.
Now you can do windows.
You know,
Look at
with the
this.
long reach of the handle, you can squeegee the windows.
Wash and scrub them. The screens as well. Aluminum siding, vinyl siding. If you have an RV, a camper, a trailer, it's the best. In fact, on a boat, non-skin surfaces.
You can get to some of the second-story windows and stuff like this. You don't have to get real high up on ladders to do everything.
It's perfect. And when you can do, you want to do your windows on the inside and the outside.
You can clean them first.
Oh yeah,
and then squeegee them.
Absolutely.
Want to take a quick call?
Oh, absolutely.
Hi, you're live with Billy and Paul. Your first name?
Hi, Phyllis from Baltimore.
Hello, Phyllis.
Hi.
You know something, Phyllis? I want to ask you something. We have almost 500 people ordering this right now, 476 to be exact. And we have people on hold, but you got through with no waiting. How did you do that?
Oh, I use Tutor all the time.
That's the way to go. That touch-tone ordering is the only way to go.
Oh, yeah.
Is this your first time to try the Dutch rubber broom?
Yes, it is. I'm going to give one to myself, one for myself and one for my mother.
Isn't that great?
She's 82. I think it'll help her a little bit. She got a dog. And you know how dog hair is.
Dog hair is so hard to get up, sometimes even with the vacuum cleaner. And you know what's great about this for your mom?
What?
It's so lightweight.
Yeah.
It's really easy to use, and it'll last a lifetime.
Oh, I hope so.
Well, it's guaranteed. If you break it,
you said it,
you damage
it'll
it,
be
we'll replace it free of charge.
Isn't that great?
Good, as long as it's going to last just like Tectobon does, right?
Exactly.
Forever.
Exactly.
I've been shopping with Paul. I remember when you were new, brand new. And it's been a lot of years, and I really always did like you, and your voice was so nice and soothing. And
well, thank you. Can you believe it's been almost 8 years?
It's hard to believe, but I was shopping like for 10 years with them.
Yeah.
I remember when you were brand new.
My son, when I showed the baby pictures, he's like almost 6.5 now. So that time does fly, doesn't it?
It does, and I mean, everything you sell has been so wonderful.
Well, thank you.
He's the man, I'll tell you.
My late husband and I used to get 4 o'clock in the morning.